River, River, come on, bud. I'll let you get away with that. I'll let you get away with that. Good. So, Littermate's sister is another Whippet. And for all the reasons that are just completely logical, we've got to train them separately. We've got to look at them as individual characters, look at them as individual personalities. Some may have better strengths, some may have more weaknesses, which is not a problem as long as you look at the dog and train the dog that's in front of you. So at the moment, when he's with me, the thought of him being a littermate or the thought of him having a sister that's inside in her bed is irrelevant, doesn't even enter our heads, because what we're doing is we're only training the dog that is in front of us, and that's very, very important. Doesn't matter if you've got 10 dogs all with the same litter. River, River, good lad, here. Sit, no. Sit, sit. Come on, sit. Right, we're going to work on that. We're not going to over egg the omelette, but obviously he's got a problem, or not a problem, but for him, sitting is potentially uncomfortable. He doesn't like the cold floor, it's damp out today. Could be 101 reasons, but what we're not going to do is over egg the omelette and tell him to sit 10 times and allow him 10 times to ignore us, because what we're doing is, and they call it poisoning the cue, it's another phrase. To me, it's he doesn't know what I want him to do. He doesn't understand what I want him to do. So I've got to teach him in a more simpler way. All you've got to do, mate, is put your backside on the floor, and then that's when you'll get your reward. I'll ask you once, I might tell you twice, but I will never ask you 3 times, because that means that you're struggling to understand what I want you to do. And it's down to us as owners, or handlers, or trainers, or whatever you are, to teach him. All I want you to do is put your backside on the floor when you hear the word sit, and if you do that, you will get paid effectively for it. So that's the first thing that we need to look at with this young little Whippet. River. Good, knows his name, this is good. Now, I'm not even going to bother addressing the jumping up or addressing the sit or the present or whatever. At the moment, I'm concentrating on him knowing his name and reacting effectively to it. So when I call his name, I want you to look at me, because if I call your name, it means I want to have a conversation with you. And in that conversation, it might be sit, wait, come, stay still, whatever. So we need him to be looking at us for us to continue that conversation and then give him a second task to do, or a second job to do. So this is all good stuff, isn't it, mate? Isn't it? Isn't it? We'll try one more time. Okay, now again, I mentioned earlier about food placing. I'm holding this too high, and you can see why. He's jumping to try and get it. The second I offer it to him lower, we alleviate that jumping behaviour. Okay? But at the very, very first early stages, I'm happy for him to jump up at me, because I want him to be comfortable around me. And as I said, I think mentioned yesterday, that's the first thing we're going to look at. Come on in, River. Good lad, well done. Good boy. Good boy. Good lad. So at the moment, come. Good boy. At the moment, we're just seeing how engaged he is. We're just seeing how well he interacts with us. Every time he's trotting, I'll turn around and walk away just to see if he follows. If he doesn't follow, we can test. There, you're good. We can potentially test a loose recall with a come command. Good lad. Come on in. Good boy. Good, lovely, well done, mate. Good, good, good. This is even before we start putting a lead on him and teaching him to walk to heel and stop pulling and walk nicely, all of that kind of stuff. All of that follows on from him actually wanting to be with me, wanting to be by my side. If he's happy to trot by my side on a lead, then we're halfway there. Ain't we, buddy? Ain't we? Yes, 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 yes. Come on in. One more time, sit. Sit. Oh, nearly did it. You nearly did it. Go on then, let's try one more time. Sit. 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 No. Right, so I'm not going to over egg the omelette and say it another 10 times because we'll poison it, we'll dilute it, dilute it, and we won't make it as effective as it needs to be when we do actually want him to sit. So yeah, first session with him on his own, and he's actually all right, aren't you, buddy? Yes, mate, you're all right, mate, aren't you? Aren't you? And the important thing is, look, this is why I walk up and down and I move around and I'm always walking, I'm always mobile. As I'm walking, I'm watching to see if he's looking at me. If he's looking at me, then we're halfway there. Good boy. Good lad, there you go. Good boy, well done. Good fella. Good boy.